Good morning from Peru.
We finally made it.
Another new country for us. They're gonna keep on coming. We got a lot of new countries on this trip.
Fast and furious.
So we are in Salaverry, which is the gateway to Trujillo today. We're heading out with a company called Tours.pe to pretty much do everything you're supposed to do in this zone.
Yeah, because it's not very big. There's not a ton of highlights, but we're going to see what is supposed to be seen.
Yeah, we've got some ancient history in what I believe is Huaca De La Luna and Chan Chan. We're going to see the city of Trujillo itself and more.
And more, yeah.
So let's start with some breakfast. There is one of those complimentary shuttle rides into town that you have to take today. So we're going to start with that. The meeting point for the tour is in Salaverry. So let's roll.
Let's do it.
Breakfast success. There is a spot where you can buy lunch on the tour today, but we are fueling up with some breakfast first. Our gangway was deck A, and there's the shuttle bus. Morning. All aboard. So the shuttles have brought us to Plaza de Armas here in Salaverry, not to be confused with Plaza de Armas in Trujillo.
Right.
Apparently just about every city has one of these, and there is our check-in person right there in the yellow shirt. So we were literally on the first shuttle bus. We've got a few minutes until we leave because they're gonna, give a few buses a chance to get over here and gather the group. All sorts of little statues here in the plaza. A fountain. And a church over here. I think our temperatures today are supposed to be mid to upper 70s, which is glorious in the Fahrenheit realm. Yeah, I think not only has somebody stolen this poor man's book, so he don't even know what to do with himself, but somebody has stolen his foot. Aww.
It looks like a bird bath now.
Yeah, it does.
You could the birds have a place to splash.
Little bird bath in your nether regions. Got a lighthouse up on the rocky crag up there. My gosh, I'm hearing dogs, I'm hearing birds. The town's really waking up. Well, the full group has gathered. This is our ride.
Today we are going to visit the best sites of Trujillo city. The first point is the temples of the sun and the moon. So in Quechua, Huaca means temple.
So our first stop is here in the area of Huaca Del Sol and Huaca De La Luna. This is Huaca Del Sol, Temple of the Sun.
You can see the sacred mountain. Looks like a pyramid.
It does.
Sacred mountain, huh? This structure is the remains of the Temple of the Sun. I guess there used to be a lot of looting and things, and a lot of it was destroyed until they sort of decided, hey, let's protect this. And over here looking toward the mountain, that is the Temple of the Moon.
The temple was not built forever. They built a temple with one level.
Yeah, that's interesting. You can see all the seashell bits and pieces and fragments of pottery and stones. All of this was gathered up and muddled together and made into these sort of mud bricks or adobe that we're going to be seeing a lot of today, actually. So let's take another peek over here because this is the only bit of Temple of the Sun, but we are going to go park over at the Temple of the Moon and do some strolling around inside the areas you're allowed to access. All right, let's go head over to the moon. Welcome to the Temple of the Moon. So we do have restroom options. They open at 9 a.m., so they've gone to get our tickets, and we are waiting for them to open in just a few minutes.
There's a cute tour guide outside the entrance.
You see that? Yes, he looks like he'll do a fine job guiding us around today. So eager and ready to go. How did we know? So 10 soles for admission. It's about roughly 4 soles to the dollar. It's something like 3.7, but it's included with the tour.
Is the reason because out in front, you can see the protection is bamboo.
These areas to the side used to be all the houses, but eventually the rains sort of came down and flooded those away. But we've still got some sections up here preserved of the temple.
For domestic pottery is a regular color, orange color.
Yeah, they got tons of pottery shards in the ground over here. Oh, here's a nice section of protected ruins. Okay.
On the border of the river was possible to have this slim cane.
Looking over in that direction, you can see our first stop, which was the Huaca Del Sol.
It's a bamboo that they wove together to protect from the wind, but it's so intricate.
It is. Bamboo walls. Yeah, the bamboo walls are a more recent addition to help protect and preserve these ruins even further.
The temple is in front.
So we're still outside the temple right now. Oh, look, we got some colors in here.
We are outside.
Yeah, this section is the patio of the serpents. I can see why. Look at those carvings.
With designs in red, black, and white color. There you could find a sponsor in Trujillo, and that was the beer company. Pilsen Trujillo.
Yeah, I think we just learned that beer saved this place. The sponsorship from the beer company helped fund the restoration or excavation.
This god produced rains. So the god of the mountain could have the control of that.
Oh, I see a lot of relief carvings and colors up here. Wow.
You can see there are people.
Well, let's just take a minute to take this in.
With a rope from the neck. And all this group of people are naked.
Yeah, I guess this section shows in the fighting, the losers are up at the front there, getting ready to be sacrificed. The winners are back here in the back, carrying, I guess, like their ceremonial victorious weapons. You've got the folks up at the top, observing, looking down. Yeah, we learned a little bit about these colors, too. They would mix in things like limestone to make the whites, charcoal for the blacks, natural stuff.
San Pedro is used for the local witch doctors, produce hallucinations. So it's like the balance, the force of man with the force of the nature.
Now we will get our climb on. They've got lots of ramps around here is the primary up method.
Yeah, you can see the temple of the sun.
Yeah.
From here we can see all the way over to the valley, back over to the Temple of the Sun, and I guess the city of Trujillo proper, where we will eventually be heading. The sacrificial enclosures.
This building, one side had relief, the another side just murals.
Time to visit the interior. So there were eventually 5 levels in this structure. We're currently on the 4th level. Ceremonial enclosure. Oh, look at those details. I love all this relief carving. So we got murals and relief carving here. Well, the guide said these are some of the original bricks, and I guess the different sort of symbols on them would represent different families that made those bricks. And I think he said they basically made these and used them to pay their taxes with by making these bricks. Got some vibrant colors over in this zone. Down here you can see the face of their god, who was called the Decapitator. He's got the face of a puma, the eyes of an owl, got waves sort of acting as hair. We've made our way out the other side, and I see the bus parking lot down there, so down we go. Well, they do have a little souvenir shopping area down here at the entrance. Oh, 10 minutes of free time. Oh, interesting. They've got the pricing in USD. Silly me, I only brought soles today.
Well,
actually,
they did say in the Q&A last night that not many vendors would take USD. So, but you know, this is kind of like the thing to do here, so it makes sense.
True. All right. I've got vendors out here also selling snacks and drinks and things. I used most of my free time for the restrooming. Of course, you can spend your time looking at the sleepy dogs.
Not a very good tour guide.
No, it was a terrible tour guide today, that dog. So welcome to Trujillo. We have navigated over to the Plaza de Armas here, and we're starting our visit here at the Casa Urquiaga.
Not exactly families were men, military. And during the 1600s arrived families.
So this is a house that has been converted into a museum, and part of it is actually a bank as well. Museo Central de Trujillo.
Recreation
In the style of a house from the 1700s.
The ceiling is after the independence.
Oh, you've got to admire a bold wallpaper choice.
In the furnace, we call haciendas, the area of the furnace. One important person who lived here was Tiburcio de Urquiaga Villaguirre. So this portrait.
We've got another sort of open-air courtyard area letting all that glorious breeze in. Apparently over here we have the bedroom of Bolivar.
The bath in
I guess this is where all the magico happens.
It's not exactly the original location here. It's just to show the elements of that time.
Oh, dining room, very nice.
With description, it's like the Peruvian army, Legión de la Guardia Peruana. So belongs to 1824. This was the area for Eden, and just in front was the third patio. So the moche pottery in general has two colors, red and yellow. In this area,
This is the third patio, which I think he said was for the servants. Oh, they had stone water filters.
Each family has a filter inside the houses.
Oh, in here we've got some books for Reader D and some money. Coins over here.
In front to the Peruvian Congress.
Oh, there's a small statue of Simón Bolívar, which I guess we can see a larger version of perhaps in Lima. Wow, nice knocker. All right, now we're going to head out into the plaza. We have got a gorgeously sunny day to look at all these colors. Yellows, reds, blue skies. And so this monument here in the center of the plaza is in celebration of liberty. There's a little bit more information, but I guess it was designed by a German sculptor, Edmundo Müller. And we've got another little sign over here that's explaining about all the different buildings that we have around us. Our guide is also doing the same thing right now. Yeah, I think the most noticeable would be the cathedral there. We've also got the house of the Archbishop next to that. So we've got 10 minutes of free time to wander around, take some architecture pictures. There's lots of vendors out here selling bubbles and cute little alpaca-related souvenirs.
Photos.
Yeah, we saw some photographers who I guess you can pay to take some nice little pictures of you in front of various things, maybe? Oh wait, is this the flag of Peru? Okay, we're starting to realize we might need to learn more world flags so that we can do all the smart things at the trivias. Our meeting point is going to be over at the cathedral, so we're just making a quick circle, see what we can see.
Photographer's dream.
Over on this side, I see an artisan plaza, a tour agency. There's that Archbishop house again, where I guess Pope John Paul II came and had a meal once upon a time. And there's a better look at the cathedral. Back to the ride. Welcome to Chan Chan. Now, my understanding is this is the oldest mud brick city in the world.
To the entrance of the temple.
14 square kilometers, but we are going to focus on one particular building today.
So at that time, they supposed that each building was a palace, was the residence for one king. But according to the excavations, these buildings were not exactly palaces.
So we're heading toward Nik An, which means the central temple. Natural air conditioning. Yeah, they always face the palace's entrances in the direction that the wind blows, so you can capture all that natural AC.
So we are going to walk inside. We're going to see the ceremonial plaza, the small altars.
You can see some individual bricks in the wall there. We've got the service corridor over there. Looks like we're going to be following this trail of fish through the first class corridor. Just follow the fish.
It's like Norwegian cruise.
It is like Norwegian.
We are on the side of the plaza.
Oh, we've come to a giant patio de entrada. You can hear the ocean very faintly in the distance.
It was very similar to the north of Peru.
So there are 3 steps in play here. You've got the first step that we're on now, you've got the second step where the altar would have been, and in the distance the third step for the throne. Oh yeah, let's come look at some of these relief carvings. What a relief. Well, the lines represent waves, and then it's a depiction of sea otters at the bottom.
So for the chimos, it was a symbol of fishing.
Oh, we've got fish, we've got birds at the bottom.
Of birds and fish. So the Chimo Kingdom covered in general a big area of the north coast of Peru.
Well, this, we are told, is one of the more original sections of the wall. Has not been restored or touched up as much, these particular fish. And this pattern represents a fishing net. So fish, very important.
So it's the same wall of the plaza. Backside.
So he's referred to this area as the backstage area.
And this level is lower.
And again, that's one of the most original areas over here. Let's head up. Oh, cool.
In Chan Chan, there are no round buildings.
Wow.
It's all square or rectangle. At the time of the Chimus, this wall was higher.
There are 17 individual patios. Each one has a different theme or altar or idol. Like that one has pelicans down there at the bottom. And in different ones, you can see different symbols.
For example, here, there is an entrance.
Well, apparently we have Mario up here, dressed in traditional garb. We can get a peek at some more intricate symbols over here.
Geometrical pelicans.
Yeah, more birds. Oh, that's what it is. Geometric pelicans.
And other bird.
It's like an 8-bit video game pelican.
That is neat.
Is this one?
Well, now we will continue past Mario down here to the other section.
Oh.
Circles representing the full moon. Makes sense.
So all these walls were about 2.5 meters.
Oh, this giant structure was their well. They would come here and get their fresh
At night,
water.
in full moon, people could see the reflection of the moon.
Well, they used to grow reeds here to make the boats. They used to sacrifice people here.
Women and children.
I guess we're making our way over now to get a peek at a cemetery before heading over to the watchtower. We have found the mausoleum entrance.
In Huaca De La Luna, no. When the king died, the king was buried inside a wooden coffin. Here the king was mummified and was sitting. His face was covered with a golden mask.
So this area is blocked off by ropes, so you can't get any closer to this, the tomb area, and all of the tombs of the king and everybody sacrificed, they were looted. So there's probably not a whole lot there anymore.
Little holes.
Well, so here they used gravel as their mixing agent when they were making the walls, as opposed to pottery and seashells and such. Oh, time to head this way. Passing the storeroom area. I think he said there were like 200 storerooms here, each one for a different good. Well, that must be a watchtower. Well, at least we got a nice breeze as we climb. Well, from here, we can see a little bit of everything. I think they said even in the distance over here, you can see where we started our day.
The border of Tanzania is the ocean.
Yes, if we look off in this direction, I guess that's back to the city of Trujillo, back over to the Temple of the Moon. Wow. There are those storerooms that we just walked by, that little corridor, looking out to the mausoleum area, over to the well. Well. Apparently this watchtower is brand new, just opened last month. Let's head down. We'll see outer decoration on the door. And now we're off to Huachaca. Learn about some reed boats. All right, I think our first plan is actually going to be lunch. Oh, there we go. Nice little table for two. Well, they have given us the Spanish menu as well as the English menu. Let's peek at the English menu. Oh, there's some stuff about the reed boats, which we did see some as we were driving up to this area. Ceviche is one of those things that Peru is known for. I believe they invented it in Peru. Oh, man. Well, they have brought out a little bowl of toasted corn product as an appetizer.
So I tried it, and what it tastes like to me is like popcorn, but it's inside, so it's like looks like a kernel, but then when you bite into it, it's soft and it tastes like popcorn. So interesting. It's good though.
Now we've learned today that two of the dishes you are supposed to try specifically in the Trujillo area are duck, which Dee has gone for duck with rice and beans and accompaniments. Also goat, so I decided to try the goat dish with rice and beans. And to drink, we got a picture of their maracuya or passion fruit beverage.
That looks good.
One of the other specialties of the area is cuy, or guinea pig. We decided not to try that one. And just look at these views. You can see a few of those reed boats kind of poking up over and between the vans over there. They've been using them to actually surf out on the ocean, we've seen. Well, clearly this was an epic fail.
So I've had a lot of duck, and this is by far the best duck I've ever had. It was so flavorful, so juicy. It didn't taste livery at all. It was just perfection. So I'm so happy I tried it because it's a local favorite. Mine too.
My goat was fantastic. Yeah, so arroz con pato, I think, was your dish. Mine was something involving the word cabrito. We'll have to look up these pronunciations later. Oh, one of those vehicular devices has moved, so you can see those boats poking up there a little bit better. I don't know that we're going to get in a lot of learning about them, but I think we're just here to kind of peek at them and then roll back to the port, because this should be our last official stop of the day. So hey y'all, these are reed boats right here by the ocean. Dee's gotten some good pictures of people riding in them and people surfing and all sorts of creepy stuff like that.
Creepy. Leave me alone.
Yeah, nice beachfront town area over in that direction. Got a gentleman working on some reed boats down here. There's a peek over to the restaurant we just came from. I like how they actually called it Restaurante Turistico. So it has the word Turistico in the name of the restaurant.
But it's amazing, so that's okay.
And our meal, the 2 plates with the picture of maracuya, was about $35 USD. So
not bad. Like
nope.
Honestly, for the beautiful view, the service was phenomenal. It was fast, clean, and they had really nice bathrooms.
Gotta love it. Can't ask for anything more. We back in the ride. Let's go. Welcome back to our original Plaza de Armas. So we wait here underneath the blue tent and the shuttles will come retrieve us. All right, let's ride again. Peru. Hey, y'all, we're coming at you from the future. We've got an update.
Yeah.
The first update is that there really is no end to the video that you just finished watching. This is it. This is the end.
We're trying not to do that in this series, we promise.
Yeah, well, there was a good reason for this one. Let's just say that our first meal in Peru did not agree with your gastrointestinal system particularly well.
Yeah, and I'm not blaming Peru. I've been to Mexico. First time I ever went, I was sick for like 3 weeks. It's just my stomach does not cooperate with most international food. Very, very sensitive stomach. The food was delicious. I think what happened was possibly the juice was mixed with water.
Yeah.
We know better than that, but you know, when in Rome, we wanted to try it. But yeah, it did not handle it well at all.
Yeah, we know. Stick with bottled water. I mean, they tell you that. Of course, you know, we did drink juice and eat things in Ecuador, and nothing happened. It was just because the food, I really don't think the food was the culprit. I'm going to blame the juice.
Like, it was very hot. Like, everything was warm, and I didn't have any, like, you know, salad type stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, it could have been anything, but just watch out with your liquids when you're traveling. So, but to be fair, we are coming at you from the future, so we already know we ate a meal in the next Peruvian port coming up, which is the next video, and that went much better.
I'm fine.
And Dee recovered. She is fine.
Yeah.
Just, this is the way this video is going to end, so...
This is the honesty of traveling, you know? This is what happens.
That's it. Things like this are going to happen. Great day overall, though. Just...
Yeah, awesome day.
Oops, don't drink the Kool-Aid. That's it. So good night for now, and we will see you in the next episode again from Peru, where you will see us eat food, and it goes well.
And it'll be fine.
Good night.